It is only in the pure mind that good wishes emerges for everyone. It is also the compassionate heart always have feelings of good wishes for everyone. By constantly sharing good wishes with everyone, I am able to create a very loveful and pure relationship. At this time, it is important to have pure relationships so that I can also receive vibrations of good feelings and good wishes, so that I am surrounded by the vibrations of love, of peace, and good wishes. So constantly use the power of purity to have good wishes and pure feelings for everyone. Whatever the person is, but I create good wishes and pure feelings for everyone so that I can be light. I feel joyful and free, completely free from mind. Take drishti from Baba.
इसमें सारी जीवन लौकिक से अलौकिक हो जाती और स्वर्गवासी बनने में बड़ी मदद करती। यहाँ हम क्यों बैठे हैं? स्वर्गवासी बनने के लिए। पहले कहाँ थे? नरकवासी। अब यहाँ पतित पावन बाबा के पास आए हैं पावन बन करके स्वर्गवासी बनने के लिए। स्वर्गवासी कौन बनता? जिसको जो पहले ब्राह्मण बनता सो देवता बनने के लगन में रहता। आज भी बाबा ने कहा ब्राह्मण लोग गृहस्थियों को पूजा करने नहीं देते देवताओं की। है तो वो भी गृहस्थी, हाँ? ब्राह्मण कौन है? सन्यासी है, देवता है, गृहस्थी है, परंतु अपन को ब्राह्मण समझते हैं। ब्राह्मण समझने के कारण देवताओं की पूजा करने के खुद को अधिकारी समझते हैं, गृहस्थी को नहीं समझते, उसको बैर खड़ा कर देते, बैरियर लगा देते। तुम अंदर यहाँ नहीं आ सकते हो, देवताओं को छू नहीं सकते, खुद को उनसे ऊंचा समझते। परंतु बड़े भाग्यशाली आप हम हैं जो बाबा ने गृहस्थियों को ब्राह्मण बनाया, सो देवता बनाने के लिए। वो कहेंगे हमारी प्रवृत्ति में रहते हुए भी हम स्वर्ग में हैं, गृहस्थी छोड़ दी, माना प्रवृत्ति में रहते जो विकारी गृहस्थी हो गए थे वो बदल करके अब घर को आश्रम बना के, बड़ी अच्छी युक्ति बाबा ने बताई है, घर को आश्रम बना दो। तो आप ब्राह्मण प्रवृत्ति में रहते हुए भी पवित्र देवता बन रहे हो, पूजनीय लायक देवता बन रहे हो। पूजनीय लायक देवता कौन बनता है? जो प्रवृत्ति में रहते भी पक्का ब्राह्मण। ब्राह्मण वो जिसकी भाषा, जिसका खान पान, जिसका रहन सहन शुद्ध हो और हर बात में रूहानियत हो। शुद्धि स्थूल, खान पान की शुद्धि स्थूल, स्नान पानी की शुद्धि स्थूल, स्थूल कहेंगे ना प्रवृत्ति में, और अंदर की रूहानियत की शुद्धि, दोनों शुद्धि जब आपस में मिलती है तो बड़ा सुंदर, अपने आप को ऐसा महसूस करते हैं जैसे बाबा ने कहा, ये बाबा कहते हैं मैं भगवान नहीं हूं परंतु भगवान के समीप हूं।
Om Shanti, welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today's day 2, Diamond Dadi, God's Hand, God and Me. Now we'll be listening to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. We all have love for Baba. We have love for God, faith in God. But how much we make Him present in our life or our relationship with Him is very important. What I noticed with Dadi Janki, that God was with him, with her all the time, or she was with God, as if they both were companions, they both were partners. Many times Dadi give example that how much she find Almighty Baba with her. So it's like she made God. I will say real God. When I say real means Like with other human beings, we know what is relationship. Same is with God. And that is why when we say that the fortune actually coming to Baba is first step is renunciation, and then is purity, and then is service, all these subjects. So she was natural and true renunciate. Mm. Many times in life, if you renounce something, then you look at others. Others are getting this or having this, mm, and get a thought or desire. But Dadi never had that desire. Never. But she lived the life very, very simple. And it was very natural for her. You know. So one of the most important aspect was her renunciation. Of course, soul consciousness, consistent efforts, deep tapasya, love for Baba, all that was there. But with that was renunciation. Renunciation in that there was also distaste, that she never had conversations or thoughts about the world. Surprisingly, many times, like we will go and say, Dadi, conference is cancelled because war is going on, so flights cannot come. And we will explain war between, and after 1 minute, she couldn't connect. I thought that is very good because in our minds, outside situation has some influence. Some for her was like total, just Baba drama. Everything will be beneficial. It's Baba's stars. Baba will take care. Sometimes I even think for myself, oh, that was so good in her. Didn't relate with anything, connect with anything. Even she was traveling so much in India. And then, of course, she had one thought. I think she had only one desire, that everyone should get Baba's message. So she came to England. I was there. And she had this thought that she wants to go everywhere, every country. So anyway, it kept going on, uh, from certain countries in Asia, certain in Europe, certain on this side, Latin America, Caribbean. And only one desire she had was to glorify Baba, and that everyone should get Baba's message. Nothing else was in her heart. And second important aspect in her life was love for yajna. I think we all have love for yajna, but her was in such a real way, practical way, that every thought, every word, every scent should be towards sustenance of yajna. And I thought renunciation and her charitable actions for sustaining the yajna were two important aspects of her fortune. But because her relationship with God was such, as said, that holding God's hand and moving along will create highest fortune. And it's really true because in her life journey, she only had Baba as companion. Once she used to travel alone in the beginning, of course, in India, but also, so I was in Caribbean in Guyana. So she had to come. And so there we used to get, special guest, so launch to bring her. And by the time luggage comes and we take her out. So she landed, we seeing her from the balcony. She landed, a small bag in her hand, and was to walk quite fast. So she came up. So there were some other VIPs sitting in the lounge, and as she entered, Dadi, did you travel alone? She said, no. So where are others? I have 8 maids with me. 8 maids always travel with me. So they were very curious. Where are these maids? They said they are my 8 powers. Power of tolerance, adjustment, discern, decide. No, 8 powers of Raj Yoga. So she will always feel that Almighty Baba, but her 8 powers always are with her. So she never felt I am alone. I need someone to go with me. Never. After some times, I travel with her a lot to many, many new countries because she was very ambitious. When I say, yes, we need to go, and then we will arrange something and we will travel together. Then I will have 2 bags, right? One hers, one mine. But this very, very deep, pure thought of serving the world was so much in her that she didn't see whether she has to travel alone or so. Creating fortune is really extending. So one is like people have desire. Oh, I really want to serve world. They promote themselves. They want to travel. No, it was not like a desire in the sense of, oh, I want to go around the world, because some have that desire, right? But it was pure desire that I want to share Baba's message to everyone. So holding God's hand, if we look at how she began, where she was given the duty of a nurse, and she served with so much love. And then in the end of her journey, she became the head of the organization because she was holding God's hand and writing her fortune. It's not she ever had this desire, because when she came to England, and then because she started traveling many, many countries, and of course we called her, for all the overseas service, she was head, she was senior. And when she went back to India, she was also given this assignment that she also became the head of the whole organization, India and abroad. So I was thinking with her hand, mm, the fortune she wrote, then holding God's hand and moving along on journey, she became head or sustainer of the yajna, unlimited yajna. And everyone used to love her. So looking at her journey, mm, I think each one of us are inspired, because each one think I should do this service, or maybe I should be like this. But that is my own thought, right? But if I hold God's hand and on this my alaukic journey, I move forward, I travel together with God, and then write uh, the fortune. It will be the best fortune. And as I said, it's not desire, but it's the aim to glorify Baba, sustain yajna. Until last day, she was still complete renunciate. Generally, it happens that as you move along on journey, then some of the comforts, some of the facilities, some of the luxuries can attract, right? But not with Dadi. Until end, whatever she had was just uh, everything belongs to Baba. Everything should be used in worthwhile way. Keep extending her fortune until last day. So it was a beautiful journey to make God as real companion. I remember so many little big stories with Dadi. She had this inner power or determination, I don't know, whatever, or God's company, that like she was in Caribbean, we were together. So some plan changed because when thought come in her mind, I finished my work, now I want to go. We said, but Dadi, who will receive you there and how will we change our flights? She said, I will still go. Mm. So somewhere she went, and then in Trinidad, we couldn't find her all day. Right? We said where she got lost. It was new for all of, even for me, those countries were new. And in the evening, we found her that the officers at the airport, they made her sit in the office, and we found her there. And there's no fear where I am, what they will do to me, what will happen. No. So it's like that, pure energy of God's company was so much in her. And then we were in Miami one time, and there was earthquake in Mexico, very, very big. And she said, we will go. So I said, but how we will go? Okay, anyway, we got visa, we got in the plane. But who will receive us? They don't know. She said, it's okay, let's go. You will be surprised. Anyway, we landed there, but by the time sisters were trying to contact Brother Ernesto to receive us, and then when we landed, he was at the airport. She said, I want to see people suffering, and we have to do some seva to them. Because so many, it was quite a big earthquake, So it's like very deeply serving was really just her whole wish all the time. So we landed there. She said she wants to go around where more damage is there or people are suffering, and we want to also distribute something, some food. So this only one energy was God as companion, and her kindness. I want to just go and serve. Mm. So I think amazing, amazing. When I think of her, I have to really again think that was it true, because that's where I think she was holding God's hand, and she was holding God's hand, and I think God was holding her hand. So they walked together on this journey hand in hand. And for us also, it's very inspiring to think that that's what we should be doing, holding God's hand and create our fortune. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So it's now time for Manan Chintan, the art of journey. So let's invite our sister Shireen.
Om Shanti, everyone. Good evening. It was so beautiful to hear Didi talk about Dadi. This morning at Amrit Vela, there was a scene at the end where Dadi, um, someone took a video of Dadi, how Dadi used to come to the edge of the stage at the end of Amrit Vela and give everyone drishti. So we used to all get up and go and stand near the stage so we can get drishti from Dadi. It was so beautiful to see that scene because Amrit Vela was so important to Dadi. The thing that so I've really been, that scene has been going on in my head the whole day, that taking drishti from Dadi. And listening to Didi, some of the things that struck me is many years ago, um, Mohini Didi said something that was very important on my understanding about balance. And the balance was that balance should be about integration. And so when we think about balance, before I used to think, oh, it's doing something, not doing something, I have to balance my family and this and that. But actually, balance is doing something so well that you are doing two equally opposite, seemingly opposite things, but equally well. And so today's session, when Didi was talking about Dadi, I felt Dadi was this perfect example of balance, that she did two seemingly opposite things equally well. And some examples that I was thinking of is that her thought that everyone should get blessings, that was her thought, everyone should get Baba's blessings. But also, she had that thought that everyone should get Baba's blessings, but also she had love for the yagya. And the other thing that was very interesting from today's sharing was that she had renunciation. I mean, she really was such a renunciate Dadi, but also she was ambitious. So it doesn't mean that she was renunciate and she just renounced everything and she went off, but she was also very ambitious. But that ambition was really for Baba. It was not for the self. And so it was seemingly opposite, but really two powerful things that she balanced so well. And the other thing was, she was very detached from what Didi was sharing, that she was really detached, but she also had the ability to make plans. So it's not that she was just detached and she just let life be, but she used to make plans, but also she used to be very detached. And the other balance that was important that I felt was that obedience, how obedient Dadi was, but also when she was in the Caribbean and she needed to make a decision about leaving Caribbean, even though it was early, she just did that. And this was so sweet, is the fearlessness that Dadi had. Didi mentioned it yesterday and again today about Dadi's fearlessness, but also it was balanced by her compassion and love for souls. And the example she gave was of this earthquake where whatever happened, that people, she just went, she didn't think about who's going to come receive whatever, that she really wanted to serve. So fearlessness and love and compassion. And so because of all of these balances, several things that happened with Dadi was not only she was holding Baba's hand, but Baba was holding her hand. And the ultimate balance was how, when she was a nurse, how close she was to Baba, and how, when she was the head of the organization, how close she was to Baba. There were two opposite things, that the most opposite thing that you could think of in the physical world, but both she did with perfect balance by being close to Baba. And so that is my takeaway from today, from what Didi shared. And let's see the slide. So this is the homework for tomorrow. I have stayed all my life with God. I have heard him. I have talked to him. Nothing and no one can come in between God and me. So to really churn about this throughout the day, tomorrow, to journal with it, bring it into your realizations, in your relationship. And this is Dadi's image of expression. Om Shanti.
Yeah, it was lovely the way you briefed what I shared with everyone. Everyone is appreciating a lot. And, so many, many little stories keep coming in the mind, which must be happening with every one of you. So, what you could do, what I did, to write them. This morning I woke up and I just felt her energy so much. And I just turned on light after, even before Amritville, I think. And I started writing I wrote about 25, 30 such situations where her qualities of courage, compassion, kindness, in a practical way, which I witnessed, were very beautiful stories. So I think that each one of you, whatever stories come in your mind, or you witnessed, or you were part of that story, I would suggest that you write it. Maybe one day we can compile all the stories about Dadi. And so it's really, really beautiful to feel that presence. I had been spending about 10, 15 minutes in Bombay with Dadi Gulzar, where she is now, and sharing with them that how Dadi made God very real. And so whenever we look at Dadi Gulzar, we should invoke Baba in her and feel that presence and make God real and take care of Dadi. So it was beautiful. Thank you, Shireen Ben. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much. Now we'll welcome our Avyakti journey. My class, deep love for the jewels of knowledge.
बाबा कहते हैं जो कोई और बात नहीं है, ये याद की यात्रा। बाप को याद करते करते पाप करते जाएंगे, अंत मत तो करते हो जाएंगे। इस पर एक मिसाल भी देते हैं। कोई ने किसी को कहा तुम भैंस हो, समझ नहीं लगा मैं तो भैंस हूँ। बोला दरवाजे से निकल नहीं सकता। बोला मैं भैंस हूँ, कैसे निकलूं? सचमुच जैसे भैंस बन गया।
सदस्य चक्रधारी ब्रह्म कुलभूषणों को हम मत बनवासियों की नमस्ते।
पास बैठे हैं मामा, बाप दादा के पास है। और भी किसको बताना है किसके पास बैठे हैं? हाँ? अरे एक एक बोलो नहीं। कहो बेटी किसके पास बैठी हो? वंडर नहीं है। वंडर ये है कि हम शिव निराकार शिव बाबा के पास बैठे हैं। क्यों? तुम्हारा कनेक्शन है ही शिव बाबा के साथ, लेन देन भी शिव बाबा के साथ। नहीं, माता पिता भी एक कॉमन अक्षर हो जाते हैं। वो तो ठीक है, कहते हैं भारतवासी तुम माता पिता बालक दे रहे भले, परंतु वो जानते तो नहीं है ना कोई भी। बाकी वास्तव में तुम्हारा कनेक्शन लेन देन सभी शिव बाबा के साथ है। ये तो है दलाल बीच में। दलाल से तो कोई दिल नहीं लगानी है, दादा से दिल लगानी है, फिर भी शिव बाबा से। शिव बाबा के साथ योग रखने से ही विक्रम विनाश होते हैं। शिव बाबा से ही वर्षा लेते हो। तो इसलिए बच्चों को कहा भी जाते हैं शिव बाबा को याद करो, क्योंकि बाबा है जिससे वर्षा मिलते हैं। अगर माता पिता कहेंगे तो अभी वर्षा फिर भी पिता से मिल रहा है, माता से नहीं मिल रहा है। तो फिर क्यों नहीं मूल को पकड़ ले? तो किसके साथ हम बैठे हो? शिव बाबा के संग, ये वंडरफुल है। और शिव कहते ही शिव को बाबा, तो बाबा के साथ है। किसके साथ बैठे हो? लाल क्या समझते हो बच्चे? ऐसा नहीं समझना चाहिए। शरीर बिगड़ लगा का तो कुछ काम का ही नहीं है। तो जब अलग है तब तो पीछे कुछ भी नहीं कर सकती है। जब तक कोई न कोई रूप मिले, फिर भले गोश्त का ही मिले तो भी मिलेगा छाया रूप जरूर। अकेला कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं। कुछ करें पर पूछिए बच्ची सबसे। हाँ, कोई को ठंडी वंडी पड़े तो थोड़ी ठंडी रात को पड़ेगी। फिर बाप के साथ वेद बाप के इस घर में आके आए हो, तुम किसके गेस्ट हो? अभी बोलो शिव बाबा के गेस्ट है एकदम डायरेक्ट। तो शिव याद पड़े, वो तो ठीक है माता पिता, और तो परम पिता परमात्मा के है, बच्चे भी हैं और मेहमान भी हैं। और जहाँ ये होगा था तुम कैसे भी अभी अपने बाप के पास आए हुए हैं, जहाँ भी रहते हैं। ये बाप का ये मधुबन अस्थायी स्थान इसको कहेंगे। अच्छा, कि बच्ची का बर्थ से हम तभी कहते हैं जब कि ईश्वर की गोद ली है कि हम उन्हीं के हैं, तभी ये बांटा जाते हैं। वो उन बाप किया या नहीं बांटा जाता समझ के लो, वो तो बता। हाँ हाँ, ये आज बेटी जो लाजू है लौकिक गोविंद की, परलौकिक शिव बाबा की, माता पिता की कहो शिव बाबा की। तो ये उनका परलौकिक जन्म मनाए जाते हैं। अच्छा चलो उठो बांटो, क्योंकि ये फूलों का बगीचा ना, कांटे से फूल बनते हैं। अभी अपन को समझना है कहाँ तक हम फूल बनी है। फॉलो करना है फूल बनने को माँ बाप को, ठीक है ना बच्ची? तो अंदर में खुशी है, ये अपमान खत्म हुआ है, हम बाबा का बने हैं। और हमारा सभी अंदर की रगें खींच करके उस तरफ में जाती है। रग कहते हैं ना इनकी, इनकी माँ तरफ रग है, इनकी बाप तरफ रग है, इनकी पति तरफ रग है। तो इन बच्चों की रंग कहा कि चली जाती है वेद के बाप द्वारा। ये उनसे बड़ी झोली भरी जाती है, 21 जन्म के लिए झोली भरी जाती है। तो वो खुद भी कहते हैं बच्चे तुम्हारी फिर से झोली भरने आया हुआ हूँ, 21 जन्म के लिए श्रीमत पर चलना है। चलो बच्ची बाजा बजाओ।
आधार मूरत हो विश्व की तुम, आधार मूरत हो विश्व की तुम, तेरा स्वागत करते बारंबार, तुझे देख के आते बाबा यार, उस दिल पर जाऊं मैं बलिहार, आधार मूरत हो विश्व की तुम। ज्ञान से सबके दीप जगावे, ज्ञान के सागर की सूरत तुम, सोए थे सभी के भाग जागे, तू भाग्य विधाता।
किसी के लिए बच्चों माता पिता का याद प्यार और कुछ नहीं।
Om Shanti. It was so nice to see our Dadi reading Murli, right? So the video which you saw in the beginning, that was the last when she came to Peace Village and she was reading Murli in the night. It was so interesting. Anyways, we wanted to share that with all of you. So thank you, Vikti team, for bringing such a beautiful memories of Dadi to us. And I have important announcements for all of you. It just suddenly happened, and it's good news for everyone that this Saturday, Saturday 6th of March, we will be having our Jayanti Didi with us, with Mohini Didi, and we specially invited her to share her experiences with Dadiji, because she was with Dadiji most of the time and also travel around the world, many countries. And also Mohini Didi shared that she also traveled many countries with Dadi. So it will be a nice time, a nice opportunity to hear from both of these Didis the experiences with Dadiji. So this is for everyone in Avyakti Parivar. Please save the time and date, March 6th, which is this coming Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. This is New York time, and London time will be 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So please save the date, March 6th. And then Thursday, March 11th, which is Mahashivratri. I had announced that before also, that we'll be having special bhog offering in the evening, because it's Thursday also, and also flag hosting, right? So you all must be preparing your little flag, right? If you don't have already, you can draw and make little flags so we can do it together. And also we have March 7th, Sunday. It's this coming Sunday, March 7th, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. It's the Hindi Shivratri program. This is first time we are doing Hindi program, and all Hindi walas, Indian families who understand Hindi, because this is a big actually Mahashivratri in India, so it has a lot of importance to this. So if you could please pass on this word to everyone. This is for Lokix. This is public program. It's for Lokix Mahashivratri, Sunday, March 7th. This is a very good opportunity to serve our Lokix friends, families, So please pass on this word and please do invite them to this program Sunday, March 7th, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. It doesn't mean that Brahmins cannot attend. You are also welcomed. You can come as well. But please bring your families and friends so that they can also get benefit. They can also get Baba's knowledge. Mahashivratri day is on 11, but we are doing this program beforehand. Again, this program will be in Hindi, but we will keep translation available. This program is in Hindi, but translation we will provide if anybody is interested. And also, we will do live YouTube as well, but please do invite them in Zoom. Zoom number is provided in flyer and passcode is there too. So Zoom number is 972-1916-6503 and passcode is Shiva, SHIVA 2021. This flyer will be sent out today in the email when you receive. So please, you can also send out flyers to your friends and family. Thank you very much. And also we have phone number and email address for contact souls. They can contact us if they need any more information, which is also in the flyer. Om Shanti. So these are 3 more important announcements. Okay, so now what is the time? It's time for Toli. So every day we need to eat Toli. So let's see, our Dadi Janki is in subtle form bringing Toli, and our Didi has brought Toli to us.
Dadi had bola. Dadi had Murli whole day with her. Never left Murli. Anytime, few minutes, let's read Murli. Let's read Murli. In the flight, at the airport, anywhere. Very good student. So how she became such full of wisdom from Murli because of her capacity to do Manan Chintan. She will read Murli, she will churn it. She gives very good example of cow. That cow eats and then keep chewing it. And then from there milk is produced. So churning, Manan Chintan was Dadi's main specialty. Whole day. That is why she didn't have any other thoughts or any other conversation because she was so engaged and enjoying super sense joy by churning and reflecting, Manan Chintan. And one of the favorite thing of Dadi was Toli. It's so interesting that she will always have container of Toli in her hand. Sometimes we used to say, Dadi gave us. Say, no, I will hold it. Because she felt that from God's Bandara, everyone should get a drop. So we have Toli today. It's called, in Madhuban also, you get this called Tosha. Very simple and easy to make. Right? It's from the flour. You make it round, you fry it, and then put in syrup. Very
Everyone,
simple.
please open your mouth. Get your Toli.
Yeah, get your Toli in hand. It's too big for mouth. Okay.
And what about blessing?
Be a good student and increase the power of Manan Chintan. Manan Chintan. So that there is nothing else in the mind, nor in chit or attitude. Everything just Baba's knowledge, jewels of knowledge all the time. Okay, let's remember.
So we will remember Baba now. And We'll take Drishti from Didi.
Om Shanti, good night. Beautiful short visit to Pandavavan. They have lot of bhattis now in Pandavavan. Okay, good night. Om Shanti.